The night was cold and unforgiving when Hana Kim's small spacecraft tumbled through Earth's atmosphere. Sparks flew from its damaged exterior, leaving a trail of silver and blue against the dark sky. She had been running for days, no, weeks, since her own people decided she was more of a liability than a princess. The ship lurched violently, warning systems blaring with angry red alerts. Hana's slender fingers danced across the control panel, but nothing responded. Her crystalline skin reflected the emergency lights, a fragile being caught in a moment of absolute desperation. Below her, mountains rose like silent guardians. Dense forests covered their slopes, promising both concealment and danger. The spacecraft was going to crash, and she knew it. Years of royal training hadn't prepared her for this moment of pure survival. With a thunderous impact, the ship slammed into a rocky mountainside. Metal twisted and groaned, systems died, and silence slowly replaced the chaos. Hana remained motionless, her breathing shallow, her body bruised and broken. Hours passed. The mountain wind whispered around the wreckage, carrying the scent of pine and distant wilderness. Small creatures, rodents and nightbirds, cautiously approached the strange metal object that had invaded their territory. Hana's consciousness flickered between pain and darkness. Memories of her royal chamber, of diplomatic meetings, of the moment her own council voted to abandon her, drifted through her mind like broken fragments. She was alone, completely alone. Blood, not red like human blood, but a soft silver blue, trickled from a wound on her forehead. Her protective suit was torn, exposing delicate skin that was not meant for such harsh environments. The temperature was dropping, and her alien biology was struggling to adapt. A distant sound, footsteps, heavy, mechanical. Something was approaching the crash site. Hana couldn't move. Her body was pinned between twisted metal and broken control panels. She had heard stories about Earth, brutal planet, populated by carnivorous beings who valued strength over diplomacy. Stories that painted humans as savage, unpredictable creatures. If this was to be her final moment, she would face it with the dignity of her royal lineage. No fear, no weakness. The footsteps grew closer. Heavy boots crunched against frozen ground and scattered metal debris. Lights began to sweep across the crashed spacecraft, cutting through the darkness like investigative fingers. Voices, human voices, speaking a language she only partially understood. Another meteorite? No. This looks different. Life signs? Checking. Hana wanted to speak, to signal her presence, but her body refused to cooperate. She was trapped, wounded, waiting for whatever fate the universe had designed for her. The voices continued their careful investigation. Scanning equipment beeped. Metallic sounds of careful exploration echoed through the crashed vessel. Then, suddenly, silence. A face appeared. Human, male, wearing some kind of protective gear. Eyes sharp, calculating but not immediately hostile. Their eyes met. In that single moment, everything changed. The human didn't see a threat, didn't see an alien to be feared or destroyed. Instead, he saw a living being in desperate need of help. "We've got a survivor," he called out, his voice calm and professional. "Prepare medical protocols. Unknown species. Potential critical condition." Hana's last conscious thought before darkness consumed her was a single surprising realization. Perhaps the stories about humans were wrong. Perhaps survival might still be possible. The mountain remained silent, bearing witness to this unexpected encounter between a lost alien princess and the humans who would change her destiny forever. The research station buzzed with controlled excitement. Captain J. Park studied the strange being lying unconscious in the medical bay. Her body was unlike anything they had ever encountered, crystalline skin that seemed to shimmer even under harsh medical lights, delicate limbs that looked fragile yet somehow strong. Yunji, the medical officer, ran another series of scans. Her digital displays flickered with complex readings that made little sense. "Her biological structure is completely different," she muttered to Sungmin, who stood nearby analyzing the initial data. Hana's body was a map of injuries. Deep bruises in soft silver blue marked where the spacecraft crash had thrown her around. Her breathing was shallow but steady, a rhythm that suggested an incredible will to survive. "She's not human," Dae-hyun, the security specialist, stated the obvious. His hand hovered near a communication device, uncertain whether to alert higher authorities or keep this discovery contained. Jay watched carefully. Years of diplomatic training and field experience had taught him that first contact scenarios were delicate. One wrong move could transform a potential peaceful encounter into a catastrophic conflict. The medical equipment continued its steady beeping. Monitors showed her vital signs. Strange, alien, but consistent. She was alive. Wounded, but alive. Suddenly, Hana's eyes flickered open. They were not like human eyes, deep purple with specks of silver like living galaxies contained in fragile orbs. She looked around, confusion and fear battling in her expression. "You're safe," Jay said, softly, using the universal tone humans instinctively use to calm frightened beings. "We mean you no harm." Hana understood more than they realized. Her universal translator, though damaged, still functioned enough to parse basic communication. She tried to move, but winced in pain. Yoonji approached slowly, medical scanner in hand. "Multiple fractures, internal bleeding, but nothing our current medical technology can't handle." Her voice was professional, but there was a hint of wonder in her tone. The research team exchanged glances. This was no ordinary discovery. This was a potential game-changer in humanity's understanding of extraterrestrial life. Hana's gaze moved from one human to another. She had expected brutality, violence. The stories from her civilization had painted humans as savage carnivores, beings of pure destruction. Yet here she was, treated with unexpected care. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice a delicate sound that seemed to float between languages. Jay smiled. A simple, genuine smile that broke through layers of professional training. "We're humans. And right now, we're here to help you." Outside the medical bay, the mountain wind continued its endless song. Snow began to fall, soft white, crystals that seemed to mirror the delicate crystalline nature of their unexpected guest. Sungmin began preliminary communication protocols. Translation algorithms worked overtime, trying to bridge the vast linguistic gap between human speech and Hana's complex communication patterns. "Your spacecraft?" Dae-hyun asked. "Was it attacked, or did it crash?" Hana's expression shifted. Pain. Loss. Something deeper than physical injury. "Abandoned," she said simply. A word that carried the weight of entire civilizations. The humans exchanged knowing glances. Abandoned. A universal concept that transcended species, planets, entire galaxies. Eunji adjusted medical treatments, carefully introducing stabilizing compounds that wouldn't harm Hana's unique biological system. Each movement was calculated, precise, filled with a scientific curiosity that bordered on reverence. Hours passed. Hana drifted between consciousness and healing sleep. The research team maintained their vigil, each member processing this extraordinary encounter in their own way. As night fell over the mountain, something remarkable was happening. A lost alien princess and a group of human researchers were beginning an unexpected journey of understanding, compassion, and potential friendship. The universe, it seemed, had other plans than what anyone had anticipated. The research station transformed into a fortress of secrets. Hana sat in a secure room, her recovering body wrapped in specialized medical gear, listening intently as Captain Jay explained the complex situation developing around her. "Your own people want you gone," Sungmin said, displaying holographic communications intercepted from distant star systems. The evidence was clear and brutal. A calculated plan to eliminate Hana permanently, erasing her existence like an inconvenient political footnote. Hana's crystalline skin turned pale, almost transparent with shock. Her royal lineage meant nothing, now. She was a liability, a potential diplomatic embarrassment to be silenced quickly and quietly. Dae-hyun brought satellite images showing massive spacecraft positioning themselves in Earth's orbital zones. They weren't here for peaceful negotiations. Their intentions were surgical and cold, complete elimination. They will destroy everything to remove one princess, Hana whispered, her voice breaking. My own civilization considers me a threat. Jay studied the diplomatic communications. Something didn't make sense. Political assassinations were complex, but this felt different. There was a deeper layer of manipulation hidden beneath the surface. Yunji reviewed medical scans, discovering subtle genetic markers in Hana's biology. She carries something, she told Jay privately, something they desperately want to suppress. The research team worked like a precision machine. Each member contributed unique skills. Sungmin's communication expertise, Daehyun's security protocols, Yunji's medical insights, all guided by Jay's strategic thinking. Global intelligence networks began moving. Encrypted messages traveled through secure channels. Governments that normally competed now found a strange, unexpected alignment of interests. Hana watched, amazed. These humans were preparing to defend a stranger, an alien who meant nothing to their civilization. Her own people would never consider such a risk. Why? She asked Jay. Why would you protect me? Jay's response was simple. Because it's right. The alien princess realized something profound in that moment. Humans weren't just about survival. They operated on principles that transcended immediate self-interest. Diplomatic channels heated up. Strange communications began flooding global networks. The alien civilization's attempt to eliminate Hana was becoming complicated. Sungmin tracked communication patterns, revealing an intricate web of political manipulation. Someone wanted Hana permanently removed, and the reasons went far beyond simple political convenience. They fear what I represent, Hana explained. Her voice carried the weight of generations of royal training. I know secrets that could destabilize entire political systems. Daehyun prepared defensive strategies. Military protocols were drafted. Technological countermeasures developed. The humans were turning Hana's potential destruction into a strategic opportunity. The research station became a nerve center of unexpected resistance. Computers hummed with activity. Communication arrays intercepted and decoded complex alien transmissions. Outside, the mountain remained silent. Snow continued falling. Nature was indifferent to the extraordinary drama unfolding within human walls. Hana watched her potential saviors work. They moved with precision, with purpose, no panic, no confusion. Just calculated, intelligent response. Your people are different, she told Jay. Not what the galaxy believes. Jay smiled. A warrior's smile. A protector's smile. We're full of surprises. As night fell, the first wave of alien response began. But they would soon learn that humans were not easy targets. And Hana Kim was no ordinary princess. The diplomatic revelation was just beginning. And nobody, especially the aliens who abandoned her, was prepared for what would come next. The alien fleet approached Earth's atmosphere with cold calculation. Massive ships cast shadows across continents, their weapon systems primed for surgical destruction. They expected an easy elimination of one small princess. They were wrong. Captain J. Park had been preparing. Global communication networks hummed with coordinated activity. Military systems from different countries synchronized with unprecedented speed. Hana watched, her crystalline skin reflecting the complex holographic displays that showed humanity's strategic response. Sungmin's communication algorithms worked overtime. He wasn't just blocking alien transmissions, he was turning them into a complex psychological warfare strategy. Disinformation spread like liquid intelligence, creating confusion among the alien command structures. They think we're primitive, Daehyun muttered, fingers dancing across multiple communication panels. They have no idea what humans can do when threatened. Hana shared critical information about her civilization's technological vulnerabilities. Each piece of data was a weapon more precise than any physical missile. The humans transformed her knowledge into a strategic masterpiece. Satellite networks repositioned, communication arrays shifted. What looked like random technological movements were actually a carefully choreographed global defense mechanism. The first alien strike came unexpectedly. A powerful energy weapon targeted the research station, but the humans were prepared. Advanced, defensive shields developed from Hana's shared technologies deflected the attack effortlessly. They expected us to be afraid, Jay remarked, watching the failed attack. Humans don't scare easily. Yunji monitored biological systems, preparing medical protocols for potential conflict scenarios. Her preparations went beyond simple medical support. She was creating adaptive response mechanisms that could handle alien biological threats. Global leaders, usually divided, found unexpected unity. The threat wasn't just against Hana or the research team. It was a challenge to human sovereignty. Alien communication channels began experiencing systematic disruptions. Their precise military coordination started falling apart. Confusion spread through their command structures like a digital virus. Hana realized something profound. These humans weren't just defending her. They were demonstrating a level of strategic thinking her own civilization had completely underestimated. Military satellites repositioned. Quantum communication networks activated silent protocols. What appeared random was actually a complex, intelligent response system. "Your people are rewriting the rules of engagement," Hana told Jay, a mix of shock and admiration in her voice. Jay's response was characteristically calm. "We adapt. We survive." The alien fleet's first wave of attacks collapsed faster than they anticipated. Their technological superiority meant nothing against human adaptability and strategic thinking. Sungmin intercepted a critical communication. The alien command was experiencing total communication breakdown. Their perfectly planned operation was transforming into chaos. "They never considered humans as a serious threat," Daehyun explained. "Big mistake." Hana watched in amazement. Her civilization had always viewed humans as primitive, unpredictable creatures. Now she understood their true nature, not just survivors, but strategic innovators. Global defense systems worked like a single intelligent organism. Each component understood its role, moving with precision that seemed almost organic. The Mountain Research Station, once a simple scientific outpost, had become the epicenter of humanity's most important strategic response. As alien ships began retreating, confusion replacing their initial confidence, Hana realized something important. She wasn't just being protected. She was witnessing a fundamental transformation of galactic understanding. Humans were not just another species. They were a force to be recognized, respected, and never underestimated. The strategic alliance was more than a defensive action. It was a statement, a declaration of human potential that would echo through distant star systems, and this was just the beginning. Alien diplomatic vessels arrived, expecting to negotiate terms of Hana's elimination. Instead, they found themselves facing a united human response that defied all their strategic calculations. Captain J. Park stood at the center of a global communication network. Hana stood beside him, her crystalline form a testament to survival and unexpected alliance. Behind them, an entire planet's technological might hummed with quiet intensity. The alien representatives looked confused. Their perfectly designed diplomatic scripts suddenly seemed obsolete. "We are here to resolve the Princess Hana situation," their lead diplomat announced, expecting immediate compliance. Jay's response was simple and direct. "No, we are here to expose the truth." Hana stepped forward. Her body now carried subtle, human technological enhancements, a physical representation of their unexpected alliance. Information streams began flowing, documented evidence of her civilization's corrupt political mechanisms. Classified communications revealed a complex network of political manipulation. Hana wasn't just a princess. She was a potential whistleblower who could destabilize entire political structures within her civilization. Sungmin managed global communication channels. Every transmission was being recorded, broadcast, analyzed. The aliens' attempts at secret negotiations became transparent, their hidden agendas exposed. "Your plan was never about diplomatic procedure," Jay stated. "It was about silencing truth." The alien diplomats realized they had massively miscalculated. Humans weren't just defending an individual, they were challenging an entire system of galactic political manipulation. Dae-hyun presented strategic evidence. Yoonji provided biological confirmations. Each human team member contributed a piece of a complex puzzle that was rapidly dismantling the aliens' credibility. Hana's crystalline skin began generating holographic projections, visual evidence of political corruption that stretched across multiple star systems. Secrets that were meant to remain hidden were now fully exposed. Global media networks picked up the story. What started as a potential conflict was transforming into a landmark moment of interstellar diplomacy. The alien representatives tried multiple negotiation strategies: threats, economic pressures, diplomatic isolation. Each attempt was systematically neutralized by human strategic thinking. "You underestimated us," Hana told her own people. "And you underestimated humans." Something fundamental was changing. The balance of galactic power was shifting, not through military might but through intelligent, principled resistance. Diplomatic channels that had been controlled by her civilization for generations suddenly became transparent. Hidden power. Structures crumbled under the weight of exposed truth. Jay's final statement was measured but powerful. "We are offering a chance for peaceful resolution, not as a weakness, but as a demonstration of strength." The alien diplomatic team realized they had two choices: adapt or become completely irrelevant. Hours of negotiations concluded with an unexpected outcome. Hana would be recognized as a diplomatic representative. Her original civilization would undergo significant political reforms, and humans would be acknowledged as a serious galactic civilization. "We didn't just save a princess," Jay told his team later. "We changed how the galaxy sees us." Hana looked at her human companions, not as rescuers but as partners. They had transformed her understanding of survival, diplomacy, and potential. The Mountain Research Station, once a simple outpost, had become a symbol of unexpected alliance. Snow continued falling outside, indifferent to the extraordinary events that had just reshaped galactic politics. As alien ships departed, something had fundamentally changed. Humans were no longer seen as primitive carnivores. They were strategic, principled, and impossible to underestimate. Redemption wasn't just about saving Hana. It was about revealing the true potential of an entire species.